Hey, how you doing, Pisces? How you doing? This is Queen Lisa. I'm the host for this channel. Welcome to Conscious Waters Oceans Deep. So I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you guys are looking forward to your weekend ahead. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and press the notification bell so that you can be updated when I've uploaded new readings to this platform. Also, please check your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, and any other star sign you have in your birth chart that may resonate with the readings on this channel. Please take what you like and leave the rest. Thank you to all who have liked, commented and subscribed to this channel so far. Please continue to do so and press the notification bell. So what's going on with Pisces? Pisces is not in the mood to play games with anyone. It does say you warn yourself, don't speak to me unless you're my friend. I don't believe I have many friends, but I do warn myself I have good karma, working on who I am and wondering what's going on in the world. I do see negativity, so much of it to the point where I'm dried out. I can't believe I'm seeing what I'm seeing. It's obvious that I understand people are there giving me karma or negative energy all day long. I've been seeing this. People are brewing and getting on my nerves. So people could be getting on your nerves, Pisces. It does say warning, you may have struggled with many things, but listening to your mind is something that you may not have done. It says mentally you are stressed out and people are warning you, don't speak, but they're coming to get you in your mind again. It says, are you warning yourself that you're going to get good news for us? Or is it that you don't want to hear us? When are you going to speak to us, Pisces? So you could be very quiet right now with people. Okay, kind of like very reserved, not really wanting to intervene. You know, maybe seeing who is your friends from who is your foes. Seeing that there's a lot of negativity and stuff like that going on around you. It says many people don't even speak about what's going on with you though, because negative people in their mind always are talking. It says mostly I want to talk about who's there and where are you. All the time there is a female that's looking for you, or a man that's looking for you, or someone that's looking for you and can't understand where you are. It does say females like you don't want to know me though. Where are you? I want to hear where you are or see where you are. I just can't find you. Okay, so it could be an air sign person or a jealous member of your family or people around you saying what's going on with this person. They don't hear from you. It says mindfully speaking, because you do pop up or see people sometimes, but you don't really want to intervene with them nowadays. It does say struggles with water signs in particularly, because many of you are going through a lot of karma or drama in your mind and can't deal with negative people around you. It says a lot of them are dealing with bad moods or even bad mind games or even wishes that they want to pretend to be involved in or even be around. It says sometimes you realize you can't understand everything that's going on, but the pressure is getting too strong or too overwhelming for you and you can't deal with it. It says sometimes you want to deal with it, but you have to move along in the ways that you know how. It says sometimes you realize you don't want to speak to anyone, but you're really feeling down low or depressed or even stressed. It says some of you are going through work matters or relationship drama or even karma from fraud or even problems with police or even problems with negative members of your family or even problems with people that are going on in a way that they want to come back to you or even come and get you for things that you don't understand. It says time and time again people keep coming to you and saying things or doing things, and understandably, it does say that you warn yourself not to speak, but you are going through mental stress. It says sometimes you need to leave people alone or let them deal with their own matters and kindly understand where you're coming from with your own. It says you want to know where people are too, but you warn yourself not to stress it. Let the people walk away from you or deal with their own minds. This is sometimes it's best this way, and you need to realize what's going on in the world today. It says sometimes you need to walk away and let people be. It's just the information that's there right now guiding you and protecting you and making sure the universe is changing. So whether or not you see it, good karma is coming. It says now is the time to speak and say that you need more from your environment or the people in a way that you have punished your mind. Not anymore. It says time has come for you to change your mood or even your plans or even things that you are doing to stay away from drama. It says the people that you have got going on right now in your mind or even dealing with may have a lot going on with them and their minds and their people and their communities and their family or their environment. It says sometimes you realize that you can't afford to give everything away to anyone. It does say you wonder where you're going with the information that you have, or even the secrets that you've kept, or even things that you know you want to speak about but then can't. It says sometimes you realize you don't want to know everything that people have going on, but you try to warn yourself to move on and be quiet. It says this is the reason why people want to speak to you more than anything. And it does say sometimes it's necessary if people do get on your nerves. It says time and time again you feel like calling out for help, or even realizing that it's not going to be worth it. You just need to speak about where it's going now and how to deal with it. So sometimes you realize you don't want to hear it or even listen to people. You just got to ignore it. And sometimes you realize that it's always going to be there because problems are never solved like this. It says sometimes you need to speak about it or call someone and talk to them. It says many times over you may see that you have sexual pleasures or urges that you communicate about, and even need time alone with your partner or with the sexual energy that you have with someone that's going to serve you for purpose, or even pain or even negativity. Sometimes it doesn't even make you feel good the way you are in love or even having sexual activities with a person. Sometimes people want to drag you into their drama or make you feel like low vibes are there. It says sometimes you realize that you want more of it or you don't want more of it, and now it's the time for you to speak up and say you do want it or you don't want it. Which way are you going? It says 999. Someone wants to call 999 or wants to call the police. It does say someone here wants to call out for help, or even a case that has been riddled with negative karma. It says someone has been looking into personal hygiene problems or even problems with people that have got good karma. It does say people always look into bad news first though. Why is it the person always wants to drag you into problems with a negative energy of their own? It says mentally this person does not know how to stress or even give themselves better news. It says wonderful things are happening for me and I can see that. It says a Gemini person or a Libra or an Aquarius or even an air sign or a fire sign. It says you may not see it, but someone here wants to speak to you and call you out and arrest you, or maybe even not speak about arresting you, but maybe see if something is happening. It says you may not want to see that problems are there all the time, but it says someone here wants to do damage to their mind and even kick down the doors or even speak about problems. It says someone here is going to be arrested or even hurt, but it says no one says that it can happen ongoing or maybe even see that it's going to happen. It just says plenty of room and time is needed for someone to caution themselves about the bad mood that they're having. It says when you see a weekend or a week go by, it says nothing is set in stone. People are warning you, pay attention to things, because someone here is trying to deliver information or even cause drama. It says a negative man here wants to see that he's always going to be guilty or even negative to you, and he may not even realize it. He not knowing how to support his mind is going to hurt his mind one day. And he realized that he's not giving you good karma in his mind, but he's also hurting in himself. And you may not want to call out anyone to cause a scene, but someone could be drama free if they leave the situation alone or even communicate in a better way. It says someone here wanted to confuse you or make you feel like drama was going to come to you. It says you realize that it's not always the person that's giving you drama, but someone here that wants to speak about it. It says someone wants to call out this information and call you the person that's going to get bad news. It says, why would I need to give myself bad news when I know people are out there giving each other bad news? It says this person may not want to speak, but sees that they have problems to deal with, and they're trying to warn you that they're not speaking about it at all. This person may not want to speak all the time, but they're always giving themselves better news to support their ideas. And the poor judgment of this person may not suit you very well. It says an air sign or earth sign could be calling out for help or even telling you off for something that you never did. It says negative energy is ready to brew, and it is karma that is coming in the next 2 weeks or a month. It says someone here is trying to drag me into a building where I don't want to go, or into the nighttime where I don't want to go. It says negative energy is trying to warn you that someone is telling you off to tell you that it's going to happen. Many times over you see that great news can come to you regardless. Someone wants to see that blessings are there for you and troubles are no longer there. It says try and warn yourself that good things can happen and look in another way. Don't speak about things in your mind that are not going to be worth it. Look in the situation or the subject and try to warn yourself that troubles can move on or subside, as long as you see how you can move past it. It says when you want to close your mind up in the room, or maybe even say that you're keeping away from everyone, you could stay away as long as you feel like great news is coming, but warn yourself it's not going to always be good this way. Contemplating on which way to go or how to manage a situation could be good for you. Laugh because you did it. You're moving on from someone that's negative. You're really doing it now. Let them move on and let them see bad news is no longer yours. Wow, Pisces, that's a lot. So some of you could be going through that, not all of you, but some of you could be going through it. Okay, It says, no one's seeing that bad news is coming overall, but someone said that something could happen, and I know I feel nervous, but what if I get there first before anyone wants to tell me that I have to move on? It says, I know I could, but I'm not going to allow anyone to scare me or let me feel like I'm going to be in trouble. I need to speak about this with my mum or my dad or my parents or even family members. I don't want to tell anyone off, but someone's trying to give me a hard time and I'm not dealing with it. Could be an earth sign, could be you, Pisces, or another water sign. Okay, it could be a fire sign or air sign person. It says laugh because you've got the upper hand, but you've got to move on and let people speak about things that are going to be better for you. No one is saying that bad news can come to you all the time, but good karma can come to you anytime that it happens. And it does say anyone is there right now, they need to speak up or move on. It says you've seen the people around you and you're not even feeling like it's going to harm you. It says someone told you that it's going to happen, but you don't believe it. Or maybe you feel like they're not even involved. Sometimes you feel like someone's dishing out karma on you or telling you you've got to go or move on or leave them alone. It says sometimes you realize that you've moved on already, but you just don't know how to speak about moving on fully. It says sometimes you need to walk away completely and stop bothering people and letting them know that they've got drama in their own lives to deal with through your energy. It says your energy is communicating things of that nature to some people. It says someone here is doing this to you and some people are getting on your nerves. When are you going to realize that you need to get rid of this person? It says some of you are really going through and you need to try and move on swiftly. Now you've seen that better news can come to you, laugh because you did it. You've moved on, and everyone else is seeing that better news is coming in the next 2 weeks to a month. You've got to speak about blessings coming into your life, and judging you is not going to be the answer through the teenager or even the person that's trying to drag you down the wrong road. It says many times over, this person may not see you or even speak to you in good ways, but they see that they've got karma coming with their mental health. It says sometimes they realize they're not going to harm you, but they could harm you if you don't walk away. It says you know this, you and someone else possibly knows this, or you alone knows this. And you will see that blessings will come to you when you fall away from people that are driving you crazy. It says some of you are going through hell right now and you need to deal with things in better ways. It says some of you are dealing with laws and justice systems and see that things are personally detour in your mind, constantly living there rent free. It says time and time again you need to speak about blessings coming in and you need to move on from someone that is harming you or harming your family or even a child. It says some of you guys are even leaving behind your happiness to deal with someone that abuses you or uses information against you or uses many things to harm you and not including your own mind. It says sometimes you're mental about stress or even things that you warn yourself that you could have in your life. It says you don't always need to see that blessings are coming in the worst ways. It does say you have to move past things, but not in a negative way. So look forward to good news coming in. When you struggle to see it, it's not because it's not coming in, it's because you've changed your mind about something or maybe even changed the outcome. You may have looked forward to how you can bless yourself and give yourself better news, and it does say it will happen on a weekend, on a Thursday, Friday or Saturday. It says when you see blessings coming, it's not the time for you to do anything, but you're warning yourself that the time is near, and the time is near now for you to change something. You've got to gift yourself good karma, and you're seeing sense of this now, making sure that you use your mind, your heart and your perspectives to give yourself blessings. The time has come for you to change your pathway. Move on with the situations you said you were going to do and deliver. Give yourself better news and tell your friends or your family members that you are giving yourself this news to protect yourself. It's not always going to be the answer, but you needed to look into a situation with a person that no longer needs to speak to you, stay with you, live with you, or even be there for you. It says no one knows why this person's always pressuring you or putting down negative memories for you, or even root or spell work or curses, or even things of that nature to harm you. It says you know that you can support yourself in ways that you've tried and you will continue to do so. You've got blessings on its way to you. Why? Because you've got rid of a situation or a person that's karmically giving you problems. You've got to address the situation and deliver. Someone doesn't know how to support themselves all the time, but you probably need to clear your mind and give yourself good news. So the time has come for you to address the situation and move on. Let this situation unfold, or let the situation fall out, or move on. What are you going to do? Wow, that was a lot. So seems like there's a lot going on. Seems like there's things you need to do and need to address it, Pisces. Okay, something needs to come to an end here. All right. All right, somebody could be mad at something coming to an end, okay, as they rush towards their happiness, but they're mad at knowing that things have to change or even end. It says it could be an earth sign or an evil woman that you don't really like to deal with. It does say the fire sign female or an earth sign female, or even one working woman that you know that is working a lot. It does say someone here knows that she works a lot or even sees that she has great news. It says some of you are the working woman and the person may not like it. It says some of you are dealing with good karma and suddenly you realize stress is no longer yours. You have to block the situation or put an end to it. You have to see that blessings are coming to you. Okay. It says suddenly you've realized that everything was clean and happy and nice and tidy. You've got to tidy up or make yourself feel better. You've just got to dress up and look your best, and certainly look forward to blessings coming in no matter what. It does say hidden curses could be there, or people planning to root out the problem or see nervousness. It says sometimes you've just got to see blessings come your way, so suddenly you realize that you're no longer going to be stressed, but you're living in drama, and you need to see that drama is no longer there. It says pleasantly you are surprised about things that are warning you that I could be cared in my mind about things. It doesn't say I care, I really don't care, and I'm going to harm someone if I don't get my way, says this earth sign. It says it's an earth sign and an air sign or a water sign like yourself or someone else like a Sagittarius. It says a Sagittarius could be harming you or telling you things that are not going to work out. But it does say you can change your mind or even look for better energies to communicate to yourself and let yourself see that blessings are on its way. It says you do see this and you're warning yourself that time and time again you could clear out this mind game of the persons and make them speak about moving on. You don't have to see that everything is going to work out in the ways that you want to, but it does say sometimes you need to leave the situation to unfold or make sure that you see blessings. What are you going to do about it? It says sometimes you realize that you keep going around in the same complaints or even the same loyalties to the person that's harming you. But it says you have to try and trust the situation and move on. Are you going to argue with them constantly, or are you going to see that justice is served? Are you going to complain about the person always, or are you going to leave them to deal with their own mistakes? It says sometimes to deal with them, you have to let them deal with their own problems or their own mistakes. Or maybe even see that trial and error is not always the case, mainly because you have not wanted to deal with a situation, or you're too afraid, or you're too unsure, or you're even sprung out by the sexual energy, or even personal problems that you feel like are not going to be yours, but you see better news coming. It says one of these weeks you'll see that letting go of a person made so much sense to the point where you had to move on, and you laughed at the situation afterwards because you knew that you had to let go. It says sometimes you have to really reel out the problem and address it or deal with it or move past it. It says someone here is going to make me mad, but I realize I have to change my mind. I have to see which way something's going, because I warn myself, what if this doesn't happen? Or even if it does happen, who's dealing with the problem? It says someone here feels like they've got the upper hand. It could be an earth sign or an air sign, but someone here is trying to drag you through the dirt or the mud. They will realize that they have to move on or talk less about the situation. Good karma is coming when you work towards something, and you have to see towards the situation and work on it. It says sometimes you realize that you're always working towards something and warning yourself that when the situation comes up again, what are you going to do? It says you have to see that problems are no longer yours with your family, your children, in particularly the male children. Some of them are really brutal right now, or sex orientated, or mental stress is giving them a hard time. It says some of them are dealing with a lot of loyalty to their friends, and negative memories are stealing their chances of losing you or even winning a good loyalty system around you. It says some of them are dealing with bad news or bad company, lying down with people, or even sex, or even giving them problems in their mind to think about you in the way of having good karma in your love life, and even having negative karma in your love life. Some of them are giving you worse news than anything, and some of them are giving you loyalty and good karma. Some of you are dealing with good karma and lots of it, and you need to see why. It's going to happen for you once you change the pattern, or even see that things can work out just fine. Just make sure that you have great news and work on your ways, or even the whining and moaning that you do, it's not necessary. You've got to change the outcome and make sure you make your ideas clear to anyone that's going to happen to you. It says anything that could happen to you, mostly anything that could happen, because I wouldn't want to get involved, but I see I don't need to. My mind is telling me off. I should have got involved with you, but I realize it's not my problem, it's theirs. It says an air sign or a water sign or a Fire sign. It says no one needs to know why these people always belong in your life or in your mind or get on your nerves or try to intervene. It says no one needs to hear about it. Even the when it happens person. It says the person that you feel like it could happen, it's never going to happen, but someone keeps telling you, oh, this person's going to change because when this person comes around, they're going to get it. It says 1 week or another, you'll see that no one is going to change for you other than you. But you realize when it's going to happen for you. How do you realize it's going to happen for me when I don't want it to happen to you? So it's a fire sign, air sign, or water sign person. It says this person may be on the go, trying to see that bad news comes to you. It says this person is wicked and evil and needs to see that bad news can come to them if they want to see brutal energy. It says the whining and moaning that I do to make sure it happens, it's going to happen. It says this air sign person. It says this person keeps lying down in their mind, telling themselves that bad news can come to anyone and anytime I want it to. It says work on your ways and look forward to blessings. Good karma can come and move past the situation. Don't let this person harm you or torment you with their curses, their spells, their root work, their magic, or their evil ways, or even trying to dig a hole in where you live or where you are to get back at you. It says someone here is trying to get at you and really trying to tarnish your reputation or bring you down. It says some of you are dealing with sex or very good energy with your partner and don't know it's going to happen to you through them. It says they are even the ones that are giving you a hard time and you would never realize it. Or even if you you may allow the situation to happen time and time again and don't know which way to go. It says struggles are there with you, cautioning you that you can't have bad news. It says sometimes you realize how you're going to get good news until you get rid of the bad. It says sometimes the bad is always there, but you don't know how to get rid of it. And it says sometimes you realize how you could, but you lie down and you stay in it until you suffocate and hurt yourself. It says you may not want to give up, but you've got to have good karma and struggles will no longer be there. You've got to leave the situation alone and let the person stay away from you and feel like better luck can come to you. It says warning, you have better news when you leave the situation to unfold or leave it alone. It says sometimes you do not have leave it alone energy to deal with and you are tired of waiting and waiting till this person gets their mind right or their act together. It says this person may never give their mum or their dad or their parents good karma, but you have to warn yourself to work with whoever's going to completely make you feel like you've got bad news to get yourself through the problem. It says this man does not know how to support his mind and he will realize that he has great news when he walks away. It says now's the time to speak about it. Are you going to give him better news by telling him to move on and get out, or are you going to give him time to realize that he's got great news? It says the time has come for him to move on, so I'm telling him he's got to go. So some of you may be getting rid of someone. Okay. All right. So let's see what's going on with work for you, Pisces. What's going on with work? It says someone's trying to confuse you and wants to see how long they can do this, but it says no one's going to change anything until you speak. So when you speak, the time has come for this person to mean well by you, but move on. Okay, so let's see what's going on with work. Okay, says work is not that great right now, but it will do better when you try to warn yourself that things can change and things will do well with the environment and the workplace, and you'll see that blessings are on its way to you. Struggles no longer need to be yours once you walk away from the situation and bless yourself. Good karma is on its way now. Okay, some of you may be leaving a workplace or even changing something at work, sorting out something at work. Anything else? It says some of you are going through hell at work or even dealing with stress with members of the environment there that are getting on your nerves and teasing you or picking on you or dealing with you in ways that you can't understand why it's happening. It says some of you are dealing with great news and need to see that loyalty is there and people are there always harming no one, but blessings are there working on you and giving you better news. It says try and warn yourself that blessings are coming. I know I could give you that. I just know that I need to walk away from certain people in my life. It's an evil member of my family or even friends, because I realize my friends are not that good. And it does say bad news for this air sign who always gives you jip. Bad news for the water sign is what he says too, but he also says that it's not you, it could be another friend. And it does say some of you are dealing with many friends that are getting on your nerves. So who's to judge who? Okay, so some of you guys could be, there could be a lot going on, whether it's friends or family or even people getting in the way, while you're at work or when, you're at work, people are there getting on your nerves. All right. It says things have to change. So let's see what's going on with business for Pisces. Okay. Business could be practical and better off with you in good ways if you sort out what it is you want to do and how you're going to work, and the life that you want to live, and how you can make sure that great news comes to you. It says, warning, which way am I going when I'm always being told which way I need to go by people, friends, or even people that have commitments that deal with me? It's always one way, the next, or the third. How can I fork out a lot of time to support myself when people are always trying to judge me or put me down or tell me that it's never enough? I need to take my time and work. I need to sort out my life. It does say you want to sort out your life so much to the point where someone keeps dragging you into problems or making you feel like you can't have better luck. Where are you going? Okay, let's see what's going on. Anything else? It says great news is there for you all, but you've got to sort out who you are and why you're working so hard or so smart, and where's it all going to, and how are you supporting yourself? Who are you dealing with, and where are you going to get good karma from if I take away some time off of your mind, or even give you back some time on your mind? It says, I know that I can completely juggle things and even destroy things or help you, but where are you going, and how can I support you? Says many of you are dealing with so much that you can't even think at times or even explore your mind in better ways because the judgment is there. People are there cautioning you, warning you, giving you kisses or even sexual energy where it is not necessary, or it could be, but at times you wonder, does this even help me? I realize I've got other things to do and I'm supporting myself with many things at once. I just noticed that I am not getting the support that I need from my spouse, and I realize it's not going to help me just being in love or having sex. I need support with other things that I've got going on. Okay, so you may realize that you've got, you know, a lot of love, okay, when it comes to sex and stuff, but you need support in other areas of your life. Okay, anything else? It says nothing set in stone, but people keep trying to tarnish your reputation or bring you down, or probably even drag you around and make you feel like it's good enough for you to be this way. It says the problem is they will never feel what's going on with you until they feel what's going on with themselves. It says sometimes they feel like bad news is coming to you, but warning, is it going to be a problem for you when you karmically give yourself problems all the time? Or are you going to see that better luck comes to you? It says someone here is trying to warn you that they do not want to speak to you, but they may not want to move out or even move around in the home. It says someone wants to give you struggles and maybe even problems and see if that works. It says someone here is trying to warn you that they're not speaking to you, but what if you need to speak to them again? It says the trouble is that you see that blessings are on its way, so you need to work on who you are. It says sometimes you realize that you're not dealing with anyone, you're dealing with family, and people are there to complain and complain and complain. It says sometimes in your family people complain and are nervous and even give you broke attitudes or broken members in your mind to think about, or even want to cause you harm, or even tell you that people could come and harm you. It says it's never going to be easy, but you've always learned that if anything happens, then you have to give yourself to blessings. Something told you something and it's not going to work, but it says blessings are always going to happen for you no matter what. Why? Because this person wants to wind you up, pee you off, or is waiting for you to shout at them or tell them off. It says sometimes you realize you're not going to get involved with negative energy, but you have to bless yourself and give yourself better news. Working on who you are is going to support who you are. So you're probably going to give some time at the situation and see if anyone's going to change the outcome, or maybe you have to step in and look forward to better news. It says you've got to look forward to better news because I'm warning you. I'm not speaking about moving. And I'm going to tell you again, if you tell me off, I'm going to tell you that bad news is coming. It says bad news is coming anyway because I feel it. I want to work on it, and I'm making sure that bad looks are given to you when it happens. It says I can work on who I am, and I'm struggling right now. I do not have to be told what to do, and someone really wants to get on your nerves and try to pick on you, poke you, or tell you off again. All right, so let's see what's going on with your love life. It says love life is going to be sexual, and blessed energy is going to come to you when you want it and when you feel like it. It doesn't need for anyone to get involved or look for you in bad ways. It says you are already in good karma in your mind, and you're certainly going to give yourself good karma in your love life. You just see that blessings can come in other ways without people always trying to poke their nose in or harm you. It says this person has to understand that they're not going to be evil to you, but they're warning you not to speak to them, and they're warning themselves not to speak to you. But evil mind games keep being played over and over again again with the same spouse or the same person. It says someone here keeps bullying you or attacking you or paying attention to what you're doing or saying or speaking about. Someone will warn you again never to talk to them again, but it does say you have to warn yourself, bless yourself and give yourself beneficial energies of good karma. It says sometimes you realize that problems are not going to be solved overnight, but you see blessings are going to help you through the person's problems, and that you will speak about what's going to happen to them when they realize they've got to stop speaking about you in negative ways. It says sometimes you realize that everything is going to work out just fine and you have to move on past the problem. Seeing that people always want to smoke or judge the situation is never going to be the answer. They will always pick on whatever it is that you've done. It always says bad news for whoever you are in life. When you always want to talk about yourself, you can talk about yourself, but you will never speak about bad things if you don't have to. It says the time has come for you to look into a situation or move on from it. What are you going to do? Okay, so let's see what's going on with those that are single. Okay, those that are single want to see that they're always given good karma and work on their lies or even their problems, or even see that blessings can come to them. It says smoking is something that I'm always looking forward to and I want to see it happen. I know I can see her do something that she's not going to want to do, but it's always trying to pick on her or make her feel like it's a problem. It says someone here wants to tease you or make fun of you, or maybe even bruise your ego or make you look like you're a bad mum or bad dad. Some of you are going through it with your family. It says many of you are going through it with your childhood issues, or maybe even members of the society picking on you or poking their nose in where it doesn't even concern them. It says sometimes it does concern us, but we don't have to get involved, and we realize we're not going to get involved in your problems if you deal with the problem at home. It says sometimes you see that blessings are there, curses are there, or people are there, or children are there, or problems are there, and you have to deal with them individually. Sometimes you are going through many things, and all of you are going through individual things of your own. Most of you are dealing with mental stress though, and all of you need to solve the situation at home, or with your families, or with people at work, or with your community. All right, so let's see what's going on with let's see what's going on with those that are in a relationship. So those in a relationship are not going to give you bad news. You all have blessed energy as long as you can support your spouse and they can support you. When you realize that you have good karma, you realize you have good karma, and supporting each other is going to be great. It says you may get a call or an email or a text message from your spouse saying they're coming home late, or maybe they're going to be there later on, and even surprise you with gifts or even food, or even certainly going to warn you that friends have been around, or even tell you other things that are going on. It says some of you are dealing with all kinds of different things, but you see that nothing's set in stone and people are there judging the situation, and spouse is always going to be loving and caring is what you communicate. You really see that your spouse is not going to be around negative people, are they? They're always seeing that blessed energy is there. So it says good karma is there for your love life and everything is well. Just work on who you are and love yourself. Okay. So it looks like, you know, lover energy looks like it's not too bad. For those of you that are in a relationship, I'm not talking about those in a situationship, you know, I'm talking about the ones that are in proper, you know, in love, in a relationship. So let's see what's going on with those that are in a marriage. So some of you are going through hell in your marriage. Complaint. Work, or dates, or even a night out once in a while wouldn't go amiss. So some of you really need to go out with your person, or even help them to support even mindful things like surprises or events, or even things that are going to be good for you if you can deal with the raft of many others, or even things of that nature where people are telling you they can make it or they can't make it, or they're telling you off because they have other commitments, or they've got things that they've got going on for you and your person and you can't communicate it enough. It says many of you are going through so much that it's not going to be worth surprising you with everything or even all the information, but the trouble is that people don't understand where it's going all the time, and you need to speak about what's going on individually. It says some of you need to bless yourself with good karma, certainly need to speak to counselors, or get good karma with readings, personal readings, or even things of that nature where you can harm yourself no more, or see that blessings can come to you. It says many times over you may not have wanted to speak to no one, nor even sell your soul to someone that could tell you that harm could be there. It says so many of you want to see that blessings come to you, but you warn yourself, what happens if I go away, or even help myself to fraud, or even help myself to problems? How will I cope with my partner there, or even dealing with the kids? How does it work when I always know that I need to work on who I am with my work, or even my legalities, or even things of that nature? Karma is brewing. It says many of you need to sort out your work procedures. Many of you need to sort out details of your work, or even filing things, or even giving information, or even working on which job is the next one to work on. So some of you are going through so many different things, but you have to work on which way you're going, and certainly you'll see that in the next 2 weeks or a month. So let's see what's going on with the individuals. Okay. So what's going on with Aries and Pisces? Aries doesn't want to care for you or even listen to you. They don't really care about what's going on with you and don't want to speak to you or even spike you. They just want to move on and see if it works in that way. They know that you're waiting or even seeing if it's going to work what they're doing. They said they don't want to speak about moving on, but they will work on that when they see you, and the trouble is starting. Okay, so let's see what's going on. I'm hearing tension. So tension might be brewing somewhere. Let's see what's going on with Taurus. Taurus doesn't care about you at all and doesn't want to hear from you at all. So deal with your own problems and fuck all of you, is what Taurus is saying, because they're really mad at a situation and don't want to hear no one's problems right now apart from their own. They don't care. They want to deal with themselves. Okay, so let's see what's going on with Gemini. Gemini couldn't care less about Pisces, and Pisces couldn't care less about Gemini, and both of you are weighing in on the pros and cons of each other's mind games, attitudes, or business, or even situations where you have to work together, but you see problems can subside as long as you stay together and solve the situation. One of you needs to give good gifts to the other person, or even say sorry, or maybe look into good karma. Working on the situation may weigh out the pros and the cons, or work on good karma coming in. Solve the situation today, or solve it now, or solve it soon. Okay, what's going on with Cancerians? Cancerian doesn't want to hear from you or even stress. They really hate you and they can't stand you, but they really see bad news is coming. They can't warn you enough that bad problems are there, but they don't have the time for it. They see that good karma is coming and they're working on it, but they just don't want to hear you stress. So they're making sure they move on in 2 minutes or 2 years or even an hour or less. They just want to move on. So let's see what's going on with Leos and Pisces. Pisces is not wanting to speak to Leo, and Leo does not want to deal with Pisces. Pisces hates the hell out of Leo right now and doesn't want to even speak to them. It says Pisces can't stand you either, and it does say Pisces does not want to deal with you either. Only in your own circle will you realize that Pisces is not even the greatest friend to you in your own circle. Oh dear. Let's see what's going on with Virgo. Virgo does not want to hear stress is there or even communicate it, but they don't want to hear bad news is coming. So they're laughing and making fun and seeing what's happening in the next 2 weeks, 2 years, or 2 months, but they will see better news come today, and they're walking away from stress and looking at the situation more carefully. Okay, let's see what's going on with, I'm hearing team meetings or teamwork or something. Let's see what's going on with Libra. Libra does not want to hear from you, but they warn you they're not speaking and they don't want to speak, so they're left alone to deal with their karma or even their problems. They don't want to deal with anything but you saying that you're sorry or even helpful, being more mindful or helpful to them, because they're sorry that they dealt with you in mad ways before, but they're trusting that situation will live out its good name and make sure that blessings are on its way to you. So let's see what's going on with Scorpios. Scorpios does not want to hear from you, and Scorpio is not dealing with you. They've tried to warn you that blessings could come anytime and they're working towards good karma. It says warning them is not going to be a good thing, but Scorpio does not want to see you or even dump you. They just realize that they've got to work with you sometimes and see if they can probably give you better news if they can, or warn you that trial and error is always going to be around, as long as you see that the blessings are always on its mind. or always on your mind. It does say you have to work towards whatever you want with the Scorpio, because Scorpio is not going to give you anything to work with unless you work with them in good ways. They don't want to see anyone in bad ways, but they're warning you their trial and error is there with their own lives and don't want to communicate anything with you when you've got your own problems to deal with. So you have to trust the situation in your own mind and stress less with the Scorpio, because Pisces is also dealing with things, and they also bless the Scorpio with many things that they feel like would have great news or blessings or good karma. It says working with them is probably going to be better for you to see blessings, and work on why you don't want to speak about it is never going to be the answer. You've got to move on from them. What's going on with Sagittarius? Sagittarius doesn't want to speak to you unless you're dealing with the ideas that they have in their mind. They really want to understand why people are getting vexed with them all the time. They don't know it and they don't understand it, but they will realize it one day when they see that karma's coming. They just have to understand that blessings are not going to always be the answer, but it can be, as long as you can move on from the situation and stress less. They just want to see blessings are working with them, and they don't want to hear from you right now. Let's see what's going on with Capricorn. Capricorn does not want to address everything, but they see they have to, or even move on from something or a situation. They don't want to, but they're dealing with a lot of stress or karma right now. They will understand you when you speak to them, or even steal from them, take from them, or even be rude. Sometimes the mind games that you play with them does not help them, but they realize they don't like you or you don't like them, but something's going to happen in the next 2 weeks where you may even see if you can stay with them, live with them, or even pretend that you can help them. It says karma's coming to them and they don't know how to deal with it, but the stress is there for them to deal with the smoke, the drink, the alcohol, or things of that nature if they want to party or laugh or go out with you, or even mindfully so be your friend. It says some of them don't really like you, but they do pretend at times, and sometimes they do like you. So warning, they may not speak to you, but they will be there in the next 2 weeks or 2 months or even a year. Okay, so let's see what's going on with Aquarius. Aquarius hates you but doesn't want to deal with you in everything that they've got going on. They try to warn you that they struggle a lot with you, and at times they can't even speak to you. They realize they've got to speak up for themselves, or even steal the moment again to be mad or even rude. They don't know how to change their mind or even change their ways, but they're looking forward to better news coming in with a personal hygiene problem, or even a friend, or maybe even someone around them that has negative energy to give someone. They're looking too much into details of problems, and they're looking for karma, and they're looking for bad news, and they're looking for when it's going to happen. They don't know when, but they also want to create the havoc or give problems, and they don't know if you support them with this either, because they're trying to warn you that they don't want to steal from you, take from you, or use you, but they're laughing at someone around you, or even dealing with you in a bad way, and they're warning themselves they can't speak to you, but they laugh at you so much to the point where they can make fun of you. It says no one knows why you put up so much with them, but you do sometimes, and you realize that you've got to leave them to speak about something that's not going to happen to them, or even you, or even someone else, because they've got to move on and sort out their minds. What's going on with Pisces and Pisces? Pisces hates the other Pisces and can't stand them. It says both of you can't stand each other, but warning, you all will both get in trouble if you can't work with each other one day. You've got to see how the situation can unfold, or even see that blessings can come to you and support each other. Putting mind games there to riddle each other or harm each other is not going to be the answer. You've got to support each other's minds and bless each other's ways, or move forward with good karma. Working on why it is not going to work is not going to be solving the answer. You see when it's going to happen all the time, and you don't know how to support each other, but you've laughed it off and you made fun of it too much to the point where you can't get enough of it. You may not speak to each other, but you're laughing it off and making fun of it or moving on. Okay, so let's see what is going on with your angel messages. Let's start with the romance angels. What's going on with the romance angels for Pisces? It says forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Okay, so you may have to heal something in your life right now. Okay, so let's see what's going on with your other angel messages. It says sensitivity. Archangel Haniel, you are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. Okay, it says have confidence. All right, it says moving forward does not necessarily require you to have confidence in yourself. Confidence in God is enough, alone with knowing that God works through you and with you in all ways. Lean upon us if your confidence wavers, and we will we will I don't know what that says. Boy, your courage and faith. All right. So let's see what's going on with your universal messages. It says, when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. So some of you guys got to just lean on the faith of the universe to help you through something. Okay. So let's see what's going on with your angel numbers. Number 56, number 59, number 2, number 14, number 18, number 4, number 20, number 21, and number 10. So that was your messages, Pisces. I will speak to you in your next reading. Ciao for now. Bye.